All right, welcome back, everybody. This is a Saturday, and that means we are playing Rimworld. We have our, let's see, we've got our picture here, not where it belongs. We're going to get ourselves back out of the way of the chat window. And just give me a second here. Let's see, how do I grab that? There we go. And just get me out of the way. All right, so we should be able to see people chatting now. All right, so we're trying something a little bit new today. We are multi-streaming in YouTube. So to any of our YouTube newcomers, welcome. I don't know that anyone's actually present right now over there, but if you stop on by, I hope to see you. Should be able to see chat from everybody, so keep an eye on that. So any of the chatters from the new stream side. And back to the rim we are. End of last time, we said we would be starting a new stream. We only had a few minutes of playthrough on this, so I'm calling that an episode 0. This is our episode 1 of a new attempt to get the Mobius crew off of this Rimworld, which we haven't even named Ithaca yet. We're that early in the playthrough. So, we landed near this ancient chem fuel site. We've got a facility here, a little outbuilding here. Looks like a bunch of hostile bugs. Not even that many hostile bugs, just up in the northwest there. And what we had done was we went and looked around to see what we had. We sent Kubu in to look, and he got a little bit hurt by a trap. So he's recovering. And we said, okay, well, we'll just hold off. That's fine. And Roddy decided to go in and clean up some of the rubble and set off another trap. He is over here. He managed to jump out of the way before half of this building exploded. There's explosives everywhere. There's chem fuel everywhere. We'd like to see what's in this place, but I don't know how safe it's going to be to hang around these buildings. But we are going to be just getting ourselves situated here. Esper is heading over to tend to Roddy. She's got a piece of wood equipped, ready to take on anything. So we're going to make sure Roddy doesn't die. I think he had 5 hours left to live here. Oops, let's just get a quick look there. Yeah, he's being taken care of. He'll be okay. I don't think any of these are permanent injuries. And we are going to designate a spot in this horrible, dangerous place to look after his wounds. Let's get ourselves some beds. Not real beds. We don't have that kind of technology yet. And we'll put a couple here for hospital use. And Esper, you can now just rescue Roddy. Sound lags a little on YouTube compared to Twitch. I don't know what I can do about that, but thank you for the heads up. If you're watching on both, maybe the whole stream may just be a little bit offset. So thank you for checking. Appreciate that. Redgling's always looking to make sure my stuff is edited properly. Apparently even sound editing in YouTube. All right, so we've got Sienna outside. We do need a couple pet sleeping spots because animals are a little less picky about sleeping outdoors, but we still don't want them out there. We should also get Zeke moved. Ooh, Zeke's got a machine pistol. How did I miss that? Oh, I was distracted by the hunter drones and exploding everything to look and see what was going on with Zeke here, who was already dead when we found him. I swear. Someone can definitely use the machine pistol, though. Let's strip Zeke, and we'll designate a spot somewhere outside of base. Well, this little cave here probably is outside of line of sight enough. Man, look at that. Mort's already on the ball. He's like, dead body to haul. Sign me up. Now, what does Mort have for a weapon? Oh, he's got the charge rifle, obviously. Timmy's got a knife. Blackjack's got a revolver. I think Blackjack is going to be the beneficiary of that machine pistol. And we give someone else a revolver. Wait a minute. I saw that little heart pop up. Blackjack, what are you up to? Blackjack tried to woo Esper by lauding her facial hair. Esper ignored the advance. Woohoo, smooth, buddy. You can see by the little outline here, Esper does not visibly have facial hair. Now, why is Mort running from something? What is Mort fleeing? What is he? He's cowering. He must have seen something. Oh, there's bugs. What are you doing, you dumbass? All right. Oh, you're going to haul this dead body. Let's forbid that. Yeah, I think that's a translation error from the game to from the text to the game. I, I will say, don't count him out yet. This crew has a rampant habit of pairing off in the early goings of these games. I would not count Blackjack out just because of that one fumble. This could easily turn into one of those things we laugh about together with our grandkids moments. So let's get these guys some recreation with our traditional horseshoe pin, which, horseshoes in the hallway sounds fine. We still have a bunch of other rooms to look inside of, and I think when somebody's... I really like to let Kubu handle that. Like, he gets a little beaten up, but he's very much tougher than the rest of the crew, just genetically speaking. All right, we've got a revolver there. Who can use a revolver? Esper is equipped with wood. How about a revolver, Esper? Robbie might have gotten it, but he is not in one piece. I guess technically he is, but he's not in a nicely shaped piece at the moment. Oh! Everyone saw that, right? Carl just wandered into the room with this hunter drone. And now he's fleeing into the room with the ancient explosives crate, which I think will work out because I think it's going to explode over on the side of the room here, but we're going to run this way. All right, you got a little hurt. How badly? Wow, you got out of that relatively unscathed, and you didn't deserve to. Wow, these people. Okay, we're going to forbid these doors. That won't keep them from walking in there in a disturbed mental state, but otherwise it should keep them out. And I do want to go in there. I just want to go in there with someone who I'm paying attention to, and someone who is... It's not Ruddy, but Kubu. Naturally... Is he not naturally tough? Interesting. He is larger, so he does take, let's see, incoming damage multiplier 80%. So if you look third down from the bottom there, he does just take less damage than other people. Wow, Blackjack, you can stand down. And where's Esper? 10 to Blackjack. All right. So I think we have not done a lot. We've got some rice growing over here, and what is Tanny up to? Consuming packaged survival meal. She's hauling wood. All right. She has some spare bandwidth to do some more growing. She's apparently the best we've got with plants. That's kind of sad, but we're going to do more rice, and then we'll do another zone. I guess we'll put some cotton down. We'll be here a while. We need some clothes. Oh, chemical interests. We're also going to want a field of psychoid. So we'll just get that growing. Okay, we do actually have enough to grow psychoid. Now, why are we going slowly? Why are we going slowly? Are we still in combat with something, or is this just left over from our stunts? Usually when we're going slow, it's because somebody has encountered combat. Okay, we've stopped. There we go. All right, all right. One crisis averted. All right, we've got Cuddles here. We haven't named Sienna anything. Want to get lay of the land. This area actually should be pretty safe. Let's have Tanny have a look in here. These are usually just a bunch of chem fuel storage and maybe a little safe to crack. Boy, I've seen these rooms with a lot more interesting stuff in them. We've got 4 chem fuel canisters. We'll leave those be for now. We don't need chem fuel yet. Yeah, we don't really have dog pets in Black Ocean. It's pets are a rarity because so many of the species are like sentient and also not starship friendly. But I'm trying to think, Cuddles and I think Meep are the only ones we might have mentioned. All right, Blackjack's fully healed. We're going to need to find a place to throw some chem fuel generators. Like, yeah. Yeah, chem fuel powered generators. We'll get a nutrient paste dispenser up and running because we can't trust anybody to cook around here. And we'll live off of the chem fuel in these rooms until we can manufacture ourselves. There's plenty of wood. We can do chem fuel out of wood pretty much forever. This is the playthroughs that has Cuddles. Yeah, where is Cuddles? Right there. There's Cuddles. We had originally set it up so that we had a husky and a cat that we could name Kubu and Marie, but when we created Kubu and Marie, we didn't eliminate those from the lineup. Right, we need a meal source, need defensive, 2 colonists idle, so we have... All right, let's get some basics down. We were really preoccupied on getting indoors last time. Let's get ourselves a butcher table. We'll put that right in here. And where's a stone bench? Stonecutter's bench right inside. All right, so butchers, butcher creature forever, cut stone blocks forever. We'll adjust that well, the stone blocks at least later as we need to customize stuff. For now, we just want to get some things going. All right, she's cutting down trees because they're in her growth zones, but we do want more trees. We'll just cut stuff down around near the base that, yeah, maybe potential enemies could use as cover too. So, honestly, this might end up being our little barracks over here because it's safe. Like, this looks dangerous, but all it is some deconstructible stuff, some wooden shelves, and some chem fuel storage, which we're going to appreciate. All right, Kubu, you're up and moving. You're in pretty good shape. So we're going to take these off of Forbid, and we're going to send Kubu up to see what's going on. Sorry, where's Kubu? There we go. All right, buddy. What's behind door number 7? Okay, that's just chem fuel. Nothing wrong with that room. A lot of shelves, free shelves. And we've got a steel scrap box, which is, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's not terribly impressive. Oh, we have visitors coming. Who do we have coming? A group from Myria are visiting the colony. That sounds very British. A group from Myria are visiting the colony. They seem to have a few items to trade. One of the visitors, Shinichi, is the leader of the faction. Wow, we're getting VIPs first thing. It's either a small faction or we're just blessed with their presence. All right, let's get Kubu in here. Okay, one more hunter drone. Massive explosives everywhere, and we're going to not go in there. All right, so Kubu. Thank you. I think that gets everything but our Ancient Danger. I forget where the Ancient Danger was in this map. Pretty much every starting map starts with one. I'm pretty sure that's hard-coded. Yeah, this is a suspiciously straight wall. When we find it, I'll mark it off. Compacted steel down there. Ancient Danger, where are you? This is modern danger. The blinking red light is a quest, basically. Where did it go? Where was our crash? Where's that blinking red light? I know what it is. It's the mechanitor quest. Oh, down here. This will start us a little quest to get some robot buddies and a brain chip in our head. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look at this very suspicious wall here. All right, so this is going to be our ancient danger, and we will just quickly mark that off so that we want to find it in the future. We'll know it's here. I don't know what the inside looks like, but something like that. And it's not even a long trip, so if we want to build ourselves a nice trap corridor and lure some stuff out of there mid-game, or middle of the early game, we can do that. Blackjack, go talk to Shinichi. Should at least know the faction leader. All right, what have you got? We can buy another machine pistol, buy some plate armor, which is intriguing, but probably not what we're looking for. Move speed -8. Good lord, we'd go slow. No, I don't think we need any of this stuff, but it's good to know that's there. Hey, my crews sometimes live a little bit longer than other of my crews. At least half of them live longer than the median. All right, Blackjack's throwing a party. Now this is on brand at least. We don't have any beer, but if you don't have beer, there's no reason you can't have a party anyway. All right, we need a kitchen. I think we're going to set it up so that this will be our kitchen. Let's not deconstruct the actual furniture. So we're going to put generators out in the hallway here. Let's deconstruct that rubble. And we'll go chem fuel, 2 chem fuel generators. And once we have that, we'll put the food storage in here. Oh, Mad Peacock. All right, let's figure out. Actually, you two just weren't catching strays from a peacock there. That was not our doing. How hurt are you, Mort? You get bruised from a peafowl beak. I think we can just kind of ignore that. You'll get help if you need it. Oh, we don't want to put fresh corpses in here, and that's where she's going. Yeah. Yeah, she's going to take it down to this stockpile in the middle of nowhere. All right, do we have anyone assigned to cook? Let's see, cooking is just Kubu, and our backup would be Carl. Well, we're going to set that to 2 for Carl and 2 for Kubu, because butchering comes under cooking. So even if we don't actually have them cooking meals, which no one's assigned to, it'll be a little safer. Oh, Esper needs the doctor. I'm surprised Marie has an option for doctor. Why is Marie hurt? What happened to her? Maybe she got hurt in the initial explorations, and I just forgot about it between plays. All right. She seems okay. We'll leave it at that for now. All right, we've got a chem fuel generator. Let's pop open. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, that's fine in there. Don't want anyone tempted to go in there. We will take care of that later, but for now, not so much. More visitors. A group from Anderon are visiting the colony. They seem to have a few items for trade. Hopefully they have different stuff from us. The other guys mostly had the same stuff we did, and some armor that would have slowed us to a crawl, and mortar barrels, which are not a problem for today. All right, Blackjack, go talk to Maker. Let's make her a deal. Or you could have all the same stuff again. You can get rid of some synthread pants we don't need. That's okay, and we'll We'll buy your components. That sounds fair. And one medicine? We'll buy both your medicine. There. That's some good trading. Not world-shattering, but we like this world so far. We don't need it shattered. All right. Let's have a look at our research. We got tons of wood. Where do we want to put bedrooms? I think just on the floor in here is fine for now. Long term, I would like to not sleep in a room with explosives. How are we doing on these? Normal, 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 normal. Excellent. What do we have for artwork on this? This furniture is engraved with a depiction of Carl Blackjack Ramsey introducing Carl Blackjack Ramsey to a friend with a laugh. The area is decorated with red and green. Almost every shape in the image seems to be dynamic. This representation relates to Blackjack attending Blackjack's party on 5th of April, May, 5500. All right, let's start clearing out these floor sleeping spaces. I like it how when you tell someone they can't sleep on the floor anymore, their inclination is to just start their work day and not just go to the new bed that was built for them. Let's see who just randomly gets this bed. So we've got one excellent bed and one good bed, and all the rest are normal. Roddy and Marie are probably out of the running for being hospitalized on the floor. Oh, we should build a couple more. We have tons of wood. Let's just build 2 more hospital beds. There won't be anything different about them except we'll flag them. Days Roddy. Last straw, intense pain. Roddy, how much pain are you actually in? Severe. Oh. Oh, your right eye got shredded. Hopefully that heals. Okay, you really did kind of get mutilated by that explosion. All right, we got another hospital bed there. We'll kill that one. And, all right, 2 good hospital beds in this weird explosive dormitory. I just heard something. What was that? Roddy is wandering in a daze and set off a 100 drone. Well, let's recruit Esper and get her into the vicinity. Roddy's dead. So how far we're 23 minutes into the second play of this one, and we've already lost a main crew member. Esper, stand down. There definitely is some irony in he was in so much pain from getting hit by a hunter drone that he went and set off a hunter drone. All right, we're going to call this the Mobius crew. And this is Ithaca. I did spell that right, never mind. Felt like I typed that wrong. Roddy just cannot keep Roddy alive. We are going to build for him a grave. And we'll plan ahead. Blackjack, who are you hitting on? Blackjack pursued Kubu. Hold on a second. Oh, Kubu's a girl. Well, we will fix that for the next playthrough. Did not catch that one. Storage of... Oops. No strangers or slaves. Just colonist corpses. That was out of left field a little bit. I really hope that one doesn't catch on. Let's copy settings. I don't know why I built 4 graves and designated them all for colonists. That feels like it was a mistake there. All right, Lucio's on board with us restarting if Kubu dies. I think most people can accept that one. food poisoning from rice. All right, we really do need to take care of this nutrient paste dispenser issue. Let's get one tile deconstructed there. I do have a Wesley in the world gen. He is theoretically out there somewhere and may be part of a faction that might visit us at some point. All right, who is not doing stuff here? Mort, take that wall apart. And let's get the nutrient paste dispenser in there, along with several hoppers. I actually have a bunch of characters from the wider series that could theoretically end up joining. We have yet to see any of them, though, so I don't know what the chances are of that. I've got Wesley, Harmony, Jesse, yes. I've got an Eric. I'm trying to think who else we did there. It's not a huge list. Yeah, we could have an Eric. He's a disaster. He's not a very good colonist. And obviously you can't have like magic. But yeah, Wrestling is yelling at Eric even though he's not even here. Link the settings on those, priority critical, and all right, we do need to get some stuff. All right, let's designate a bunch of hunting. Oh, wild boars. Those, for some reason, don't fight back, and there's lots of them. So let's head out. We'll get some alpacas hunted, too. I am not 100% sure that Regeline knows how to spell Eric without all capital letters. Page for page, I do think that Addison Akers in the new Edict AI gets yelled at more than Eric does. Like, Eric has a long series to get yelled at over, and a lot of supporting characters. So, you can have a story without a lot of characters making bad decisions. I would argue that Project Transhuman has a lot of characters making good decisions that just don't necessarily all agree with one another. So there's a raid here from the Tox crew. They are attacking immediately. Now, just look at the arrow on the screen. That looks like it's probably just one guy. Let's see. Yep. Zoom in, and we have Sylve. Not sure I like the spelling of that. She is a 68-year-old rancher with a wooden club. She is kind and psychically dull. She excels at construction. She loves construction, pretty good with animals, and she's very artistic. For her age, she's in quite considerably good health. She's incapable of dumb labor, but if you're good at construction and are artistic, like, I could live with that. So if she's a waster, so she'll replace Roddy as our person chemically addicted to something. And if I remember correctly from the last time we lost Roddy early on, because he's kind of our dumbest colonist, he's our only good crafter. She has a little bit of crafting skill. We could get her working on some stuff. Oh, sorry, we're just ignoring her as a threat. So let's deal with that. You two come over here. Esper, you get over there. Who's down here? Mort. Tanny, direct contact. Esper, keep running a little bit. All right. Okay, we have downed Sylve. She is going to die in 6 hours without intervention, but we will intervene. Tanny, you can stand down. Same with you, Blackjack. And Mort, thank you for moving in this direction. All right, we need a place to haul prisoners. I think this giant room with explosives gives them no potential way out. Let's go and furniture up some sleeping spots. And then we'll add 2 wooden beds for later and designate this all for prisoners. We didn't shoot off anything important, right? Nope, she seems to be fine. Alright, seem to be having an ad break. We'll keep going until anything crazy happens. For all of you watching on YouTube, I'm not monetized on YouTube, so you're free for the moment. Let's just capture Sylv. And we have some wake up for her, which I'm not sure if that satisfies her psychic dependency need. You're hunting alpaca? Okay, that's not right. You should be tending to Tanny. Does Tanny not need tending? Oh, someone tended to that. Huh. Okay, well, someone took care of that for her. I'll apologize. All right, did we bury Roddy yet? We have. So we're going to... All right, we're going to need to get a spiritual leader, and it's going to be Carl. So let us get ourselves a ritual spot. And we will appoint... Interesting, they want Esper to be our spiritual leader. You know what? I think I'll go with that. I think Carl is actually a little bit better suited to the job statistically. But I think that having Esper as our spiritual leader and Carl as our leader works. She is our crewy counselor. And let's get everyone together here. Cuddles, get back here. You should watch this. It's educational. I guess we're not going to start without Esper. There we go. Our ideology is called crewism. Now, Esper will be able to... Let's get Carl appointed leader too. Oh, Divine Directors. I must have missed renaming that one. That should be Captain. Oops. There we go. Yeah, that's an oversight. We can fix that at some later time. Like, this is going to be our last go with this. Divine Director requires the following apparel broad wrap. Yeah, I must have missed something tweaking this at some point. Crew Counselor was definitely our leader name, but we messed up something on the leader. All right, Carl. You're officially in charge. Now, let's have ourselves a little bit of a funeral for Roddy. And Esper can do that. And we'll all feel a little bit better about Roddy's passing. Thoughts on life and joy, nobility of sacrifice. Carry forward unfinished work. Death is a path of dignity. Heartwarming interment of God. So, +8 mood for 6 days. I think that might actually be bigger than the malice for him dying. Let's take a look at that. Oh, I'm looking at the psychopath. Let's look at Blackjack. My friend Roddy died, -2. Heartwarming funeral, +8. A colonist died, -3. But still, it's only a combined -5 for Roddy having died, and it is a +8 for the great funeral. So I don't want to advocate for that as a strategy, but it did cheer everyone up. Net. Especially if you consider that Roddy was pretty miserable before he died. Like, he was out there wandering because... Oh, we gotta take care of her. Because he was in intense pain and complaining about it. So we're going to convert, what's her name here, Sylv, to crewism, and then make her part of the crew. Whoop! Chunks of spacecraft. I saw that whiz past the screen. Where did that land? Oh, wow. Bunch of spacecraft parts down here to deconstruct. And nobody here is picking up our dead alpacas. Mort's basically like, yeah, I'll shoot alpacas full of holes, but I'm not going to turn them into food. All right, we do actually have places. Oh, we do. Do we have a specific stockpile for food? Just make a big food stockpile here. And we won't be picky. We also can make a few more hoppers. And it's probably not the worst idea to refrigerate this place. So let's get ourselves some coolers. I don't know if we'll get to the point of double walling this, but we'll at least get it to be a freezer. All right, Kubu's taking care of this business. All right, thank you, Kubu. You can just put that in the not quite freezy freezer yet. All right, people eating nutrient paste, and no one cares because the crew doesn't care. Now, we have yet to get our grav core delivered from the quest. So we don't have a spot to be making our ship yet. Going to have to pick one out, though. We'll have to cordon off and defend an area. Not sure what we want to do about the bugs, whether we want to just wall them off so we stop wandering in there, or, you know, let's just do that. Let's wall this off so people don't go in there. We can worry about killing them later. Because even hunting those alpacas up there is a little dangerous. All right, we got like almost 700 chem fuel, and we haven't even opened all of the containers yet. So we're in good shape on chem fuel. I mean, we started an ancient chem fuel refinery, and we've had to deal with explosives all the time, so we've earned this, I feel like. Right, we're actually planting the crops, which is good. We have the psychoids planted over here. All right. Let's get our Roddy notifications up. Successful roll. Oh, quest available mechanoid signal. There we go. There's our grav engine. Grav engine, where will you fall? Way over here. That could have been better. Mort, come examine our grav engine. Until Mort throws them all together and practices casting Fireball on the chem fuel. We did turn Mort off of being a pyromaniac this time. We've learned our lesson. It's kind of fun in an abstract sense for him to be a pyromaniac, but it is not fun in a game sense. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Kind of a huge pain in the ass. Like, he's cost us at least 2 of our playthroughs. Like, almost by himself. Alright, so we're starting to harvest now. Ancient chem trucks and barrels all over the place. Let's deconstruct some of this stuff. We can't... Oops. There we go. We can't deconstruct the barricades, but we can get the barrels. Trucks need to be blown up. Concrete barriers need to be blown up. Don't know that we'll actually get to that point. Gotta think where we want to build it, though. Where do we want to build this starship? Now, my normal inclination is to build them inside the base. When I saw the layout of this one, I thought this might be the spot for it. But this gives me pause. Now, if we cleared everyone out, we could really clear some space just blowing this up on purpose. Maybe that's the way to go. Just move everything out of the way, fire at it, boom, empty all this debris. We had a tortoise self-tame. Now, there are 3 things you could do with a tortoise that is self-tamed. We can have a very slow pet. We could release it back to the wild, say, Turtle, you've made a horrible mistake. We are not turtle people. We will not care for you and keep you safe. Or we could eat it. Those are all valid options. Uli. Oh, someone has claimed a turtle. All right, let's first of all get him restricted to Area 1. There we go. So do training. Uli it is. Well, I guess it was the correct play. What kind of training can a turtle do? Nothing. We will need a sentience catalyst before we can even teach it to guard somebody. Not that it would be good at it. Where is Area 1? Let's just make sure that that's a reasonable spot. Okay, Area 1 is... All right, we're going to manage areas, and we're going to change this. We're going to get that stuff out of Area 1, and we're going to turn it to just interior area of the base that's mostly safe. All right, how horrible is this area? This is actually a decent barracks. It is rich and extremely spacious, but ugly and very dirty. That's what that averages out to, apparently. So if we were to clear out some of the clutter, this would be pretty nice. I think the rich might be related to having this in here. Yeah, this is worth 2,000. Interesting little note, if you've got one of these, they do shed light. If it weren't for all these artificial light sources that were already in here, you could put this into a room and it will serve as a light source for that room. Oh, mechanoid relay, which is our overall... Sorry, it's where we'll get more grav thingies? Grav cores. Grav cores and grav light panels. This is the kind of thing we will be doing once we have a ship ready. And we're a ways from being able to have a ship, but we're now eligible to start on one. And I think I like this whole plan of let's relocate some shit. I think this is far enough away, especially around a corner. And we're going to draft everybody once these move. And we're going to get all our animals into a... We're going to call this bunker. And we will put this bunker in here. Oh, we can make it the whole room. That's fine. We're going to put the animals in the bunker. Oh, conversion. Mort tried to convert Sylv to his ideologion. Sylv was convinced and changed her ideologion. Mort has successfully turned Sylv away from Supreme Legion toward crewism. I don't know what Supreme Legion was all about, but it sounded supremacist and probably a little bit authoritarian. Crewism's the way to go. So we're going to quickly tell Sylv that she will now be recruited. And we are... Okay, we're still waiting for... Okay, that's all we needed. Let's get everyone recruited. So they all stand where we want them. Animals have all moved into the bunker. Everyone is safe. Mort, you will do the honors. You'll do the honors from a little further away. All right, no reason for everyone to stick around. What? Kubu, what did you go the wrong way? Anyway, we need a new wall, but that worked out. Yeah, thank you. The Mobius way. All right, we're going to build our ship indoors. We will slowly carve away all this stuff, and we will replace it with ship parts. But we do want to get ourselves at least a wooden wall to close ourselves back in, because we're sleeping outdoors right now. So let's reinstall this right about there. That'll be the center of our build. And let's see, we have 600 steel and 75 grav panels. We can bring more grav light panels into the building. Looks desired chain for blackjack. A pack of meat dissolved away in storage. Oh, we don't have our power reaching the air conditioning units. Small oversight. That will help a lot. Yes, alpaca meat's rotting. Could someone kindly do something about this? There we go, Mort. There we go. Now let's get these turned down. And whoops. -5 and -4. So we want -5 in here, but we don't want to have both of these blasting at the same time all the time. They should cool right off. There we go. Everything in there should be freezing now. Yay! Oh, the animals are eligible to also come out. Thank you for taking precautions, animals. We have no emotional trauma now because you're safe. Now, me accidentally just kind of randomly clicking a third spot for animal beds on the floor makes sense. It's almost like I planned it, but I assure you, I didn't. All right, we're going to deconstruct some of these internal structures. We'll leave enough to keep pillars so things don't fall over. And we don't want the ceilings falling in before we have a starship roof. And we want to keep the ancient lights. If we can't deconstruct those and reinstall them somewhere else. If anything happens to them, they're just gone. So keep our free light sources. Why did pork run away in storage? Oh, why is there pork outdoors? Bring the pork indoors. Let's get food unallowed from here. There we go. Oh, look change desired for me. All right, we're gonna have to just build people a little styling station here for ideology. Styling station. There we go. We put that out here. A little bit of wood, a little bit of steel, and everyone will be happier. We'll take a look at Blackjack and Marie's new looks. We'll guide that a little bit. We can take an active hand in reshaping their appearance. Oh, if we want to let Marie go on her own again, we can see. But I was gonna have us try that. We'll do Blackjack, and maybe if Marie sneaks in there on her own, we'll see what she does. We do want to deconstruct everything in here. It is not a real thing. Oh, spacecraft landed nearby, or chunks crashed nearby. All right. No one's really making blocks. We've got 33 sandstone blocks, and I think it's all from deconstructing walls. But we still have 1,000 wood, and I think it might be time to just say, you know what? We're going to wall ourselves in with some wood. We only need to survive here long enough to make ourselves a starship. We'll do a little bit of deconstruction work. And we'll just connect some dots around. We've got plenty of rock to do some of the work for us. Oh, travelers requesting aid. I missed this. A group of poor travelers, including a child, that's just a tug at our heartstrings. They only brought the kid along. They don't even know that kid. Are approaching looking for help. The travelers are begging for 47 silver. They want the silver so they can buy back a friend who was recently kidnapped. Now, I've dealt with some slavers in this game. Nobody's charging 47 gold unless that's like a 3-year-old pyromaniac. You can give items to the travelers by selecting a colonist and right-clicking on Zack. The travelers move on after 1 day. The travelers are not part of any faction. If you wish, you can choose to kill, arrest, sell, or harvest them without diplomatic consequences. Now, where is it? Where are Zach's friends? All right, we get Zach here. Zach's the leader. He's the one running this scam. He has a pyromaniac jogger body modder. Okay, so think about this. He has a jogger and a pyromaniac. So he knows no one wants pyromaniacs around, so he's going to set fires and run. That does not scream good person. That does not scream safe legal guardian to me. Body modder, we're fine with that. That's progressive of him. He is a member of mankindism, which sounds made up. They are transhumanist, loyal, and believe in human primacy. How does that compare to us? Crewism is loyalist, individualist, and shipborne. Oh, we're not transhumanist in this one. Forgot about that. So these guys are nothing like us. This guy's a monster. So who's he protecting here? This is Michelle Shell, or Chelly Keller. She is a body modder and a wimp. Poor kid. She must get bullied. She's in good health. Baseliner, so she's been indoctrinated into this brutal mankindism. And Zach is a Neanderthal who is psychically dull and a misogynist. Not exactly who should be taking care of a girl. So, here comes the question. Do we give these mysterious hobos 47 silver to help buy back their alleged friend? Or do we rescue Chell and make sure she gets a good upbringing? Now, if we arrest Chell, the other two will turn on us. But we could save Chell, turn her into a crewist, contributing member of society. I'd like to hear a little bit of feedback on that. We have one vote for rescue Chell. No piracy is one thing, but this really does feel more like rescuing than kidnapping. Like these people are not responsible guards. She's got a misogynist and a pyromaniac looking after her. That 47 gold is going into Yayo and Flake. The friend doesn't exist. So let's get everyone rounded up. Oh my God! I left Carl unattended with the styling station. What the hell happened to him? He turned into like a young Santa Claus. We may have to fix that later. For the time being, though. Oh my God! And Kubu got fluffy. I'm pretty sure Kubu is fluffier. All right. Distractions. Let's rescue Chell. We're gonna gather everyone up here. Whoops. Gather everyone up over near them. And Marie. Ooh, it's a 40% chance to arrest Chell. There we go. Kubu can do it. All right, let's get these guys a little closer. We don't want friendly fire. All right, where is the other guy? Zach? All right, let's get you guys down here. Kubu, how hurt are you? You took a bruise from a club. That's fine. That's a brave and noble injury. Ready to get this pyromaniac out of your life, Chell. You know, we didn't check to see if they were related. All right. The beggars from northwestern Amelior are fleeing. Now, I'll tell you this much. There aren't any beggars left fleeing. We have one under arrest and two who are dead. I'm going to check the social here. What about Chell? No, she has no relation to them. Blue-haired Carl is an emote. All right, so Kubu's gonna need a very little bit of medical attention. Done wearing anything? Very ratty, tainted cloth stuff, and just pants for Zach. Again, seriously. Yeah, we were looking after him as a role model. All right, Kubu, thank you. You did a great job. And Chell, we will Moderately low resistance, convert. Esper, come over and try to convert Chell. Not sure why we left a steel knife on the ground. Marie, are you armed? You're not. Come over here and arm yourself with a steel knife afterwards. All right, we're browbeating her ideologian certainty out of her. She started at 91, and I think she's already down in the 40s. So, shouldn't take too long there. How's Sylv doing resisting our efforts? Only 7.8 resistance left. We're going to have 2 new colonists. I'm okay with that. All right, we've got nutrient paste. We've got a bunch of food, which is looking good. We're going to want a stove so that we can brew psychite tea. Oh, we're going to need a research bench. We'll put that in range of the ship. So the ship's going to be building around here, and we'll definitely want... Where is it here? A simple research bench. We'll just put it right here. And we're going to designate some mining. Let's actually designate a little channel to get to our mine. And just chop through that area there. And then we'll mine out over there. Also grab that, and that, and that. A lot of ore and compacted machinery over there. That's convenient. New, oh god, oh god. New lovers. You know what's happening, right? Oh no! Last minute save! Esper tried to romance Blackjack by complimenting his nose. Blackjack responded well and is now Esper's lover. Take that, everyone who didn't think complimenting her facial hair was going to pay off long term. Ah. Okay, so we've avoided the really weird one of Kubu and anybody, and we got Blackjack and Esper again, which is whatever, fine. She can fix him. No, he can fix her. Oh, first of all, speaking of fixing, we're going to change style here. Let's get you. First of all, it's the beard that we're really bothered by. A little stubble for Carl. Hair. That seems like a reasonable call to anybody. Got the little bit of the pompadour slick back. Is that what it's even called? Bravo, whatever. This seems okay for a Carl. A little bit of stubble, hair slicked back. It's an improvement over the Santa beard. We're taking that for now. Carl Bravo. Oh, I think I just picked up the reference. I think it's the Johnny Bravo hairstyle. Okay. Never really thought about that before. I don't know why we stopped building the research bench. Who was working on it? 28 work left. That's not a whole lot, guys. All right, we need some research. Let's get, where is it? Psychoid brewing. We're going to end up with a waster, and we have a crop of psychoid leaves, so we want to be able to use those to help our new friend. Blackjack started a social fight with Tanny. That tracks. All right, let's... Oh, no. An animal farmer named Zada is crashing a transport pod nearby. Shit. This happened while we were rescuing Chell. I forgot all about this little event over here because I kept too many things open. There's going to be a corpse over here, isn't there? Yeah. What was she like? Jealous and depressive. Well, I might not have gone and saved her anyway. Yeah, died of extreme blood loss. Oh, that's... That's unfortunate. We did not mean to have that happen. Yeah, probably would have made the decision anyway, but animal starvation. Cuddles and Sienna are not eating? All right, let's open up their areas. Medical treatment needed. All right. Blackjack and Tanny both need medical treatment. Esper's working on that. All right. Oh, these got unmedicaled when we moved them. Is area improving here? This is a slightly impressive barracks. All right. Oh, Blackjack, why is this unowned? This should be yours and Esper's now. Do we do good? We get an excellent double bed. All right, guys. Nice job. But Blackjack and Tanny sharing a hospital room. That seems to serve people right when they start social fights. More nearby spacecraft parts. Like, we're going to build a spaceship out of fallen spaceship parts. Speaking of which, I think it's time to start putting this ship together. Time to get our ship together. Oh, you haven't even opened those chem fuel canisters yet. All right, everyone's got stuff to do, which is always good. I'm really not liking this furry hairdo, Kubu. We're gonna try something different for you. Oh, conversion. Blackjack tried to convert Chell to his own ideologion. Blackjack has turned Chell away from mankindism toward crewism. All right, let's go bring Chell into the fold. Change her over to recruit. Resistance is only 7. Shouldn't take super long. Also, Chell is 12, so in a year, which is shorter for children, she will become a full-fledged colonist. So, what's her bio? Body modder and a wimp. So she's not, frontliner, but we'll do some body modding on people around here. But she's got a lot of little passions for stuff. Plants. I mean, she's not good at it yet, but she's still a kid. We can make her final age 13 decision when she adults up. She likes combat, plants. I mean, we can make a colonist out of that. I don't know why we have spare meals just sitting here. Well, Kubu's going to try talking to Sliv. All right. She did okay at it. Sorry, she did okay at it. And speaking of which, let's get Kubu, that makeover we were talking about, because I'm not liking this like fluffy poodle thing. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, the decent hairstyle, not working. Scorpion tail. Senorita's a little bit silly. We could do spikes for Kubu, but I don't think that fits Kubu at all. Greasy swoop. Or Randy. The troubadour doesn't look half bad on Kubu. I think we can do that. All right. You get distracted. The pets manage to eat. We don't have animal starvation as a message over here anymore, so I assume yes. But we can verify that. Cuddles. Food is fine. Sienna is getting hungry again, but clearly has managed to eat. Honestly, just being able to let them into the food bank over here should take care of them. What are these over? Are those monkeys? All right, there's a lot of monkeys. Let's get the alpacas hunted. I don't think I want to hunt boomalopes. Not maybe in a torrential downpour, but other than that, not so much. All right, we've started getting some of our flooring down. Once we've researched our psychoid tea, we'll worry about hydroponics and basic gravtech. Basic gravtech will let us get hulls so we can start taking some of these walls out and replacing them with hull. It'll hold up the ceiling over us. Let's look at the wake up. We should get that to... All right, so psychite dependency. Last ingested psychite 6.5 days ago. Let's give her the wake up and see if that counts. I don't remember if it does. Who's going to take care of that? Kubu's just hauling. We should get some clothes made for these people too. Eventually, we're going to want to have vac suits for everybody, so we're going to be a little... Oh, hold on. I just saw a little heart pop up. Mort, are you causing trouble? Mort courted Esper by saying good things about her clothes. Esper did not respond. Diplomatic of you, Esper. Mort, shame on you. All right, here comes Esper. We've given high on wake up. Psychic dependency did not get taken care of. Okay, so I didn't think it was, but confirmed. You don't get psychite into our wake up. Definitely thought Sylph was a sheep for a second while it was paused. I mean, I from a certain angle, I don't think the kind of schlubby off-white clothes help. All wasters have white hair, so that wasn't much of a... Nothing we could really do about that. I guess we could dye it. Not like eat less food, but I mean like color it. All right, got a bunch of our grav panels down. We could just put more. There's nothing else we're going to be using them for, so let's get some of this stuff sort of unofficially into the ship. This is such a huge, messy way to do it, but it's eventually going to be part of the ship anyway. So we're just basically taking up the grav light panels, laying a foundation for later. Oh, how's our defensive wall coming here? We've not been deconstructing a lot of stuff. Deconstruct that ancient razor wire. And we'll put down some more... auto-saving. Put down some more wood. Let's see. Let's... Get some swampy ground over here to go around. That's fine. Looks a little odd, but the defense is more important. We'll also come across there. All right, where's... There. All right, so that takes care of those sides. There's a nice straight line across there. We'll put some doors in here later. Actually, we're getting raided by Budusten. A group of Neanderthals from Budusten have arrived nearby. They're attacking immediately. Animal starvation again. Sienna's hungry. Sienna, just go eat. Maybe eat an invader from Budusten. Let's see what we've got here. Tolagu, a carver with a wooden club. I guess that's what he decided to carve. He is a Neanderthal. He's a pessimist. He's highly artistic. He's wasted carrying a club. Passions for construction and mining. Don't mind having a miner around. Old gunshot, bite scar. Well, we'll see what happens to him. I doubt we'll execute him if he survives, so we'll see what happens. We're probably just going to assassinate him in a hail of gunfire. Be shocked if he gets to us. Yeah. Unsurprising outcome. Is he wearing anything interesting? An alpaca-wool head wrap. And nothing else. Oh, we don't even have beer for Roddy. Oh, now we have a sad. And he's a hat man. There we go. Great callback. Actually, you know what, Blackjack? Drink the beer. There you go. That was a duty as much as anything. All right, so we've torn out a bunch of the floor here, not replaced it quite yet. What is this floor made of? It looks wood. Ancient wood floor. That doesn't necessarily mean it'll come up as wood. It might just go away when we tear it up. Ancient usually means not useful. I appreciate the more building stuff, but someone unbuilding some of this stuff would also be handy. Here, what's Blackjack up to? All right, still hauling gravelite panels. Okay. All right, once you're done there, we're just going to bring you in here, and you're going to start taking out some forklifts. Well, these don't even have that many hit points. That's not so bad. Let's take care of this one too. Okay, thank you. We actually ended up with some steel slag chunks. Might be worth building ourselves a smelter. Yeah, let's get this. Oh, we don't have the research yet for our tea. What is the priority on research? Mort, do some research. No one else is assigned to construction. Okay. Well, that would explain some of that. All right. Got another transport pod crash. This is me noticing. Let's find out what we've got. A cave explorer named Poyen is crashing in a transport pod nearby. If she survives the impact, she will be badly wounded. Poyen is from your enemy, Guaboom. If you capture her for recruitment or slavery, you can capture her for recruitment or slavery purposes. Let's jump over here. Let's see. All right, she's got 6 hours left to survive. She is a pigskin. She is a careful shooter and delicate. She is good with animals and mining. It says she's good at shooting, but pigskins kind of can't be good at shooting, or at least have some natural malices to shooting. They're nearsighted. And where's the thing? Trotter hands. So manipulation only 85%. And their long-range vision is horrible. Short range, they're okay. But longer than that, very relatably, cannot see very well. All right, so, Esper. Let's go and tend without medicine. Well, was not that badly hurt. Got up and is walking away. You know what? So long. I'm just going to let them leave. It was not someone I was going to just let them leave. Am I going to let them just die there? 4 hours. All right, we'll try this again. If they could have walked off the map under their own power, that's fine. We need a miner. No one's assigned to mining? All right, we'll fix that later. All right. Poyen's going to die in 3 hours. 4 hours, 9 hours. Poyon's going to be fine. Capture Poyon. And now, why do we not have anyone assigned to mining? Usually we give Tanny that job. And is Kubu not a miner? Kubu can't dig. Why can't Kubu dig? That seems wrong. No crafting either. Now, some of the holes Roddy was filling. All right. Sylv is almost ready to join us. How close is Chell? Not too far behind. Yeah, down to 2.4 resistance remaining. Oh, sorry. Esper, yeah. What about your day? We have 2 spare beds since Blackjack and Esper doubled up. So we'll get that going for us. And even though it's not much of a ship, I think everyone's sleeping on the ship now. The 6 remaining original colonists all have beds with, what'd you call this? Gravship substructure under it. And Mort's finally researching, so we'll get ourselves some progress here. How bad a barracks is this, or a prison barracks is this? Awful. It is awful. All right, we've got a quest active, Biotech Xenotype Lab found, and new recruit Sylv. All right, first things first, let's take a look at this abandoned biotech lab. It's not that far from us, but we're not going anywhere without a ship. This is not the kind of crew that takes long overland hikes, aside from Kubu and Morin. And we're certainly not riding animals, because who knows how to operate one of those. All right. New recruit, Sylv. All right, she's already eating nutrient paste that she sourced for herself. What can she do? She can do art. She can do a little bit of crafting. We'll definitely set her on some crafting tasks. Art if she gets assigned anything. She can also be our tailor and our smith. And if she needs to, she can research. You know what? I'll put her on 1 for research. Mort will still grab the research bench if he needs it, but if he occupies it, she'll have plenty of other things to do. There. Oh, we want to make sure she's not getting our good medicine. Crappy medicine like everyone else, unless you come down with something real. Like, if you contract a case of bullets, you can have some real medicine if you get close to dying. Bullets are one of the most deadly contagious diseases. You usually catch them from other people. All right, let's clear all that junk out. Put those. Let's relocate a stool for Mort. And we'll take another one for whoever works there. And another one for whoever does some butchering. Oh, looks like Chell's ready to join up. Might have just enough time to get her the level up to adulthood choices. Yeah, oh, is Poyon... You know what? I think we're going to release her when she is healed up, because that's... Delicate is so awful. I mean, I guess a miner is useful, but animal skill isn't. We're very shooty. It's not a good fit. Like, Sylv isn't a great colonist. Chell is more of a charity case, but we don't really need to work on Poya. Oh, she already exited the map. Healthy, great. Fewer to feed. All right, why is Sienna always hungry and not doing something about it herself? Like, she's allowed in here where all the meat and rice are. Like, I don't care what the Husky says, they're not starving. And we do need to mine some compacted steel. All right, who is assigned mining? Just Tanny. And we're going to make that your #1 priority. And as much as you're bad at it, Esper, do some of it too. I feel weird that, like, childcare and wardening are the same thing, and Blackjack's great at both of them. Like, it just occurred to me that once Chell joins the colony, Blackjack is going to be responsible for educating her. Oh, haven't been watching the progress on these walls. We're actually getting there. New recruit, Chell. Welcome to hell, Chell. What do we got for you to do? All right, we will have you cleaning and hauling and growing and plant cutting. Yeah. Like, cleaning is such an underrated skill in this game, or underrated task in this game. Everyone gets so upset when things are messy. All right, so you've got some... Oh, there's our cycloid brewing. Basic craft tech, please. So some gaps around here, and that's not done yet. This isn't quite done yet, but those are, in the works. And we're getting some steel back into the mix here. You need a lot of steel. Starships are very intent on being made of steel. It's funny, you can have a wood-burning starship, but you try to make that thing out of, like, granite or something, and it'll just refuse to fly. You actually can't make the hull out of granite. You just can't make the substructure. Or the fuel tanks. I would think a granite fuel tank could work. Like the Romans made their aqueducts, you could have like a fuel aqueduct. Just gravity fed on a little bit of a slope. So very little steel. It will take a while to mine this all out. Get some more over here. I'm sure it would be uber dangerous. Like a flying wood-burning starship with granite hulls and an aqueduct for the fuel intake. I admit that all sounds probably like it's going to get some people killed. Like, maybe not enemies. Like, it would be lucky to survive long enough to be dangerous to enemies. All right, why do we have this outside? Deteriorating rapidly. Oh my god, 40 components already down to... All right, honestly, let's just delete this whole zone. We're going to make a general purpose stockpile in here for everything but food. And Ray, would you mind just kindly hauling the components? Like, seeing components just deteriorate to nothingness is hurtful. It would really delay us getting into space by a lot. 40 components is a lot of components. And we definitely would like to see the smelter get put together. Then we can make steel from that also. All right, low medicine. That's, it's not the worst thing. Actually, we're out of medicine. Where do we run out of medicine? Where do we use it all? All right, we're cutting through here, and we'll put a door to let people through. Oops, wooden door is fine. And that's just to get to the workstation over here. Less time to haul things back. Get components, we'll get steel. It would be nice if someone carved this stuff out. Where I could probably just take and have Mort. Major break risk. Tanny, what are you upset about? Observe rotting corpses. Well, I guess this is the rotting corpse stockpile you're working in right now. Wielding a plasteel knife, which is not high-tech enough. And you're in a planetary habitat, which we don't appreciate as spacers. And chemical starvation, which we'll take care of once this cycloid crop comes in. All right, got a couple more holes in the floor there. We'll hold off. Oh, there we go. We've got the smelter. Great. Let's melt metal from slag. Do forever. For now, that's fine. We have slag to work with. Some of it's not even that far away. I think Sylv will end up doing that once Mort takes back over at research. All right, got our basic gravtech done. That gets us like our gravship field extenders, the hull, which is the big one, but the pilot console, chem fuel tank, and small thrusters, which we need to actually get off the ground. Grav anchor would only matter if we wanted to come back to this godforsaken jungle. All right, hydroponics basins. Oh, hold on. No. Biofuel refining. Even though we've got a bunch of chem fuel, we do want some. Like, just bringing some with us is not going to be enough forever. A flying lion. Well, tempting as that might be, we've got some opinions around here about what a ship should be named. There. Wait, why are we cheering for Uli? Did he do something? Or is it just his existence? Let me just double check. Uli appears to be fine. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Sienna is still in Area 1. All right, it's Uli we want to keep in Area 1. Sienna should be able to wander. That'll help with the food consumption. I do wish Sienna would eat before the little animal starvation message popped up. Oh, Chell's drawing on the floor. Seems a little bit childish for a 12-year-old, but whatever. It's a rough life out in the rim. We can cut the slack. All right, have we cleared this out yet? We have. Let's finish buttoning that up. Oh, did we accidentally designate this whole row for deconstruction? We did not mean to do that. I'm fine using this as a defensive wall. All right, so we got 4 spots there to fill in. This section of wall is done. This section of wall is done. That little plug is done. We are almost sealed in. Not that we can't get out, but we'll be able to, well, we should probably pick a spot and funnel raiders through it. We'll probably go outside the walls to meet them, invite them through a door, and kill them. Yeah, leave a kid alone with waxy rods. You're bound to need new floors. The floors are cleanable. Like, we've got Kubu. He can just lick them clean. I don't care if it's waxy rods or chalk or, I don't know, whatever you want to draw on the floor with. It's all non-toxic if you're Megalodog. If she summons demons, it depends. We've got Carl. We might end up with demons in the crew. Like, do you see anyone in this prison? There used to be. No one died. You've got a Sylve and a Chell. I really want to rename Sylve. I just don't like that name. Is her name actually even Sylvia? No, it's Sylvang. Wow, that's a rough one. She's kind and psychically dull. I don't mind that at all. Like, she'd be a great one for raising a kid if she was better with social skill. That guinea pig creature is a guinea pig. It is wild, and it has wandered in. Yeah, no, Sylvang is not whatever her name is. Let's see. There's nothing unusual about this guinea pig except that it wandered into our base. Where'd it go? I think Sylve was good with animals. That was kind of her thing. Ooh, 16% chance. Might take a while, but we'll keep at it. We've designated it for taming. And it knows how to use doors, apparently. Hopefully someone feeds it before, or it finds our food before it starves in here. A guinea pig called Walnut in her space opera. Okay. We could have a little crossover event. So let's deconstruct more of this rubble. This stuff for people to trip over. It looks ugly. It's part of our, what do you want to call it? Impressive barracks. Looks change desired for Chell. All right, we'll have Chell use the styling station. All right, she'll be unhappy with the following: her hair. She's got princess hair now, and apparently we don't do princess hair around here. However, just looking over the options here, we've got two that are pretty close. We've got Fancy Bun and Senorita. If anyone's got opinions between the two, I'd probably leave her similar to how she's got her hair now. Cute, curly, go with kind of a boy's haircut. I'm tempted to the Senorita just because it's kind of the closest to this princess haircut she had before. So, slight change to fit in with her new caretakers. A bunch of leather. We should start making a little bit of clothing. Let's get a hand tailor bench put together. And hand tailor bench is one of those things that we'll be able to pick up and move later, so I didn't pay too much attention to where we put it. Wasn't critical. Let's start relocating some of these shelves. Get our storage situation for when we take off. The ones in here are even better shelves. Steel is nice shelf material. Wait, why are we putting food on these? Why do we just take all kinds of food out of here? Important. No food, please. Like, you got to watch these people like a hawk. Next thing you know, like, oh, all our food rotted because we brought it inside the footprint of the ship like you told us. No, I told you no such thing. Like, I didn't stop telling you that it was important to have the food in the food spot. All right. Cycad plant's almost ready to harvest over here. And we do know how to brew it now, so I think we can go up here and make sure we have a job to brew cycloid tea. So we'll just do it forever because, you know, if we have cycloid leaves, that's what we're going to be using them for. Now, there are uses later. We can change if we need to. All right, 500 steel. And Brie is melting stuff. Great. How's this looking here? Somewhat impressive. Still a little bit ugly, still a little bit dirty. Extremely spacious and rich. We're doing okay, though. Some of this is getting a little ugly, though. Let's start filling some spots in. There's already foundation here. It doesn't look like there's foundation there. And let's put up a little bit of hull. Start defining the front of our ship, at least for the initial takeoff. Let's look at 174 gravelite panels. We'll probably build out some more in the ship south, aft. I don't know. At what point does a ship gain an aft? Like, how much ship do you need? Whoa, okay, a couple things. Quest available, caravan to Fenliton. Nearby settlement, Fenliton, has a special request. They would like to purchase 40 components. Fuck you. Sorry. Those are my components. If you want to make the trade, we don't. Everything else is like... I'd love to have an architect leg. I love architect bionics. They're awesome. Like, this thing is 150% body part efficiency. You get 2 of those, you just run 50% faster than someone else could. A sprinter can go like 45 miles an hour. Merge into oncoming or merge into highway traffic almost. But the important thing is Chill became an adult. We get to pick one of these traits: nudist, quick sleeper, or nimble. We're not taking nudist for various reasons. Quick sleeper is a nice one. Nimble is good for melee, and you don't you actually dodge traps. It's great. Trap spring chance times 10%. That's like a huge bonus to not setting off your own traps. Melee dodge chance really is pretty nice. Quick sleeper, rest rate multiplier plus 50%. That's a lot less sleep shield need. Those are both good. Neither one's game breaking. She's body modern or wimp. Wimp means she probably won't be in combat very much. So let's go with the sleeper. We're never going to turn her into a frontline soldier like that, so. Definitely need to make some clothes, though. All right, we want to make a duster and a cowboy hat. There's sort of Rimworld traditions. And we'll do that until we just have one that is... Sorry, let's get rid of that. Over 52% quality and at least normal. And we'll do the same thing over here. We just don't want to be churning out poor stuff and saying that was good enough. So this, once people have tattered clothing, they'll discard the tattered clothing and pick up something new. And this will keep the job from counting the tattered clothing as, oh, we've already got our 1 of 1, so we won't make it. It's one of those little like quality of life things I didn't used to remember to do very often, but it really does help out. Biofuel refining. We'll get our hydroponics now. That's what happened. Install. How about just reinstall over there? Give the tailoring bench person somewhere to sit. I forget what the actual amount of the bonus is, but you do get a work bonus for having a chair to sit on while you're doing your job. Note to all you people out there who think supermarket cashiers should stand. Apparently that's a thing. All right. Ship's coming together. Research is coming along. Why is Shell running away from something? Why is she in the corner of the map? These are all valid questions. All right. We've got a shaman merchant from the Ololol coalition. So I think we're going to take advantage of them to run Shell back to the base. And Blackjack can go out and figure out which one of these million people, there we go, is the one to trade with. And Shell, I don't know what's wrong with you, but whatever you're doing out there, don't do it again. Okay, do we want to buy donkeys? There are donkeys for sale. We could afford 2 donkeys. We could also afford 0 donkeys, which I think is a better bargain for the money. We could pick up herbal medicine, plasteel. I'm not sure if there's an amount of plasteel we could buy that'd be worth it. Same for gold. We'd love to have both gold and plasteel. I think we have some gold on the map. At some point, we're going to want plasteel to make our multi-analyzer. I think is the first time you need it. And we're going to want some for vac suits later, but I think we're going to just hold off on that for now. We can find better ways to spend our money. This isn't going to be much of a transaction because no one's been raiding us with, anything to sell. We could really use some better armed opponents, like people who are really bad at aiming, but have expensive, maybe smoke launchers. Like no one ever got killed by a smoke launcher, except in melee. So I'm tempted to either buy a tiny amount of plasteel and gold or just tell these guys, thanks for coming, enjoy the amenities, see you next time. Yeah, I think we're going to pass on this deal here, so. You guys are welcome to enjoy the map outside of our Walden area. I apologize to anyone who is really looking forward to donkeys. This isn't really kind of a donkeys playthrough. I will say that on a offline play, I did try making a Retarderate cowboy colony. It's a little bit fun. They have a different play style, definitely. They are absolutely horrid at mining, and they're all wimps. So, but they're also fast. So there's a lot of shooting and running away. But they are wimps, so they all just end up dying. I've yet to have that one work out for me. They are way too wimpy. Like, you watch after a battle, you've got 3 guys, and 2 of them are lying on the ground at the end. Like, they barely have 1 wound between them that has debilitated both of them. They're like crawling around on the ground like, oh no, I'm about to die. Like, you have 2 bruises, sir. Like, stand up. You're fine. And it's really no way to run a colony. I've got another one where I tried some Hathi as colonists, and they have an interesting problem in that they love sleeping. Nothing gets done. They wake up, they do a little bit of work, and then they're all sleeping again. They also eat like vacuum cleaners. So, a little bit tough for them too, although they are much sturdier in combat. I haven't actually made any ploof. I did not have ducks in that colony. They did start in a jungle. If I were to stumble across ducks, we would domesticate them. But had not come up yet. All right, Sienna wandering around outside base. I feel a little bit less worried about Sienna than I would about Cuddles being out there because a Husky is actually, a little bit formidable. Like a lot of the smaller predators won't bother a Husky. All right, it's our ship to the stars quest. This is just pro forma. We're going to say, oh look, a friendly AI from your past named Charlton Whitestone has sent us a message. He reveals that the starship is hidden on the planet. Sends you word of its coordinates. Yada yada. We're not taking this. This is our way off the planet. If we just want to get there and defend it. If we were to want to get off the planet, we just build our own starship. That's essentially the same thing without the lots of caravanning. I kind of like that Esper and Tanny are hanging out. All right, wait. What is Chell running from? Oh my god, what did you do at this time? Why is there an ancient security turret up there? Oh, those are the non-functioning ones. But what is she after in here that she keeps going up there? All right, everyone else, rush up here. Chell, rush down here. She does seem to be nimble, even though we didn't give her nimble. Cuddles. Oh my god, you're hunting a rat. All right, let's temporarily revoke your out-of-the-base privileges, Cuddles. And Sienna, just in case. We don't have time to deal with you. All right. The insects went back in there, but we're going up here. We're just going to take these insects out. Get everyone gathered up. Who's the straggler? Mort. Okay, we definitely want Mort. All right, we'll assign Marie and Kubu to the front lines. And get everyone else. Right. Why'd you both turn to the same side? You're not tanking well. All right. Those guys are down. Let's move in. This guy has nothing on him. We'll take out the hive. We'll collect the insect jelly. And everyone will go back to their business. And Chell can stop whatever she was trying to do over there. Oh, sorry, Chell. You can also stand down. There are two ways for animals to go extinct very easily. One is to taste too delicious. The other is to be a danger to human children. And even though Chell just grew up, she's still kind of our kid, and we can't have her dying to bugs in the corner of the map. Kubu, are you okay? Why are you... Alright, you didn't take much damage, but rest until healed. No, just being tough for the sake of it. Where's Esper? You're consuming insect jelly. And I get the impression it's sort of like Fugu, where it's one of those, like, yeah, maybe it's bad for you, it could kill you, but it's really tasty. I suppose, just eating the insect, which is... nobody likes that. Poplars. Alright, we've got a rainy thunderstorm going on. What is Kubu doing? Deconstructing ship junk. Alright, about time some of that got done. Mort and Kubu hanging out, Esper and Tanny hanging out. I'm liking the vibes here. Alright, Mort's at least bringing stuff back with them. Thank you, Mort. Kubu's slower at this. Alright, well, there's still some steel to haul, but that's fine for later. Esper is pregnant. Unsurprising. I've seen a lot of little pink hearts floating above that double bed. Haven't been commenting on it. A lot of pink hearts, though. Alright. we have a good amount of steel now. Let's make ambrosia sprout. We're just gonna collect all that. We're not gonna try to farm ambrosia. You can just harvest it, but no, we're not gonna do that. We're going to continue our gravship substructure. All right, do we need to just explicitly remove this floor here? Because it's not letting us build gravship substructure over there. All right, torrential rain, that's not a big deal. All right, once we get some of this stuff figured out, we'll throw down our thrusters. We'll build ourselves... Actually, right now, let's build our pilot console. And let's get ourselves a chem fuel or biofuel refinery. It's going to be an awkward ship until we get it loose from this facility and work out the geography or geometry we want to create for it. First things first, though, we're going to get it ship-shaped. Chell started a social fight with Kubu. That is so stupid. I hope you're going to be okay. Yes, you can crawl your way to a bed. Let's find out what happened there. Kubu insulted Chell's ears. This drove Chell into a rage and she began a fight. So, Kubu, with the floppy ears, didn't like Chell's human-looking ears. Some of the social interactions in this game. Yeah, I didn't know the ear sting was a deadly insult to our species. Like, how dare your ears not flop over and look adorable? What are you, not some kind of golden retriever? Her left leg was damaged by a bite from human teeth, though, which, Kubu, I don't care what she said to you, or whether she hit you back, don't bite. All right, Tanny, you're upset again. Observe rotting corpse. Still carrying a knife. Ate without a table. We don't have a table. Ooh, okay, we can fix that. Let's see, what do we want to build a table out of? Slate table? That is honestly a valid point that we don't have a table. Whoops, no, wooden table? That's silly. Wood's precious. We can turn wood into chem fuel. There we go. What is wrong here? Steel components. We had a component? No, we have 74 components and 1,800 steel. Someone start building this stuff. I will say, other than losing Roddy right at the beginning, we've been pretty successful this this session. Like, suspiciously so. Oh! Quest available, the Orbital Renegade. Divine Pope Lissa Archer of Anderon has sent us a message. A fugitive named Nugfer has escaped from Kirk custody and used a transport pod to flee to an abandoned orbital platform. Nugfer was in custody for collaborating with a sanguiphage cabal. Okay, that's a cool story I'd like more of. Having heard rumors of your gravship, wow, who's been talking about this thing? Apparently those shamans. The Divine Pope asks that you travel to the abandoned platform and kill Nugfer. If you do so, Lissa will reward you with a Gravtech device.
Alyssa warns you that Nugfer may be in the company of hostile orbital pirates. Now, we could accept and try to get a gravship shield generator. However, we don't have thrusters, we don't have fuel tanks, we don't have an enclosed hull, we don't have oxygen pumps, we don't have vac barriers, we don't have vac suits, we don't have vac helmets. We will die if we manage to get up there. Lucio, thanks for stopping by. Good luck with the dwarves. We are not going to be taking this quest. I love this quest. Gravship shield generators are friggin' awesome. I like building these little defensive walls around any settlement I'm going to be at for a while. But if you have a shield generator, you can kind of use that as your walls. It's not a kill box sort of setup, but you can stand behind the shield generators and shoot out and take a lot of stuff out before it gets to you. It's a great addition to any ship that is actually a ship. This is not a ship yet. This is a raft at best. We don't even have any thrust, so if it were buoyant, we might float on it. We have beds. We don't even have our food situation taken care of on board. Not any kind of way to be going to space. I kind of remember the a little snippet from Randall Munro's Thing Explainer. You will not be going to space today. Kubu failed putting together a table. I guess our slate boxes came with IKEA instructions. Everyone seems to be busy, and not a lot of ship is getting built. What is everyone up to? All right, Mort's researching. I guess let's get him prioritizing construction for a little while. Because we do need to build this. We have the essentials taken care of. It looks like we will finish. Yeah, finish hydroponics. Advanced lights. Sylve, or whatever we end up eventually renaming her, can work on that. Actually, wait, we don't have enough fabric or leather? What happened to our fabric and leather? We have pigskin. What? I don't get it. Kubu failed constructing a pilot console. Kubu, stop screwing things up building. Stop building if you're going to be this bad at it. Can't make a duster, missing 80 fabric or leather. It says right here we have 126 pigskin. What is the problem? Try this. Missing 25 fabric or leather. It's right there. Is it not good enough? Did I accidentally set the quality on the materials instead of the output? Let's just set that down. Yeah, our stuff got left outside for a while. That's probably why. No, it doesn't need further processing. I set a minimum threshold for how good it would come out. And the materials themselves are left out in the rain for in-game weeks. So, my bad on that. But we will need to make some other stuff. Let's see what we can figure out. What are animals on this map that we can turn into leather? Capybaras. We're not going to mess with the rhinos and elephants. Peacocks and peahens. We don't want to mess with our tortoise buddies. Seem to be doing okay on amount of biomatter. Ooh, transport pod crashed with a relationship. Ooh. Okay. A mercenary captain named Fur is crashing in a transport pod nearby. If she survives the impact, she will be badly wounded. Fur is not affiliated with any faction. You can rescue her and hope she joins freely, or capture her for recruitment or slavery purposes. Fur has a relationship with a colonist. She is Tanny's mother. I don't like the sound of this. Oh, it hasn't landed yet. What's going on here? Are we crashing? It feels like we're crashing a little bit. There we go. Let's try to find out where Fur ended up. And there was a little bit of a bug to that one. Did the transport pod crash off map or something, or was it incinerated instantly? I don't know what happened there. There's no person named Fur, and it was definitely... Oh, I say definitely. Was there actually? Yeah, there's no jump to location, which is weird. Let's see if Tinny is sad about her mother dying. No, it doesn't seem to be that she was killed. I think the quest just glitched out there. Hitting the Zeitgeist T. Oh no. All right. It has passed the 4 o'clock margin here, and I had been planning on taking care of that transport pod crash victim, and I guess that's not going to be happening now. So I think this is a good enough place to wrap up for the week. I will hopefully find out in the aftermath how well this all translated over to YouTube, whether we had anyone able to join us who was just nice and quiet in chat. If you are here from YouTube, you're welcome to join in chat. I can see it on the screen over there. Thank you for joining us, everybody. And next week, we have our big Edict AI launch party. But this Tuesday, 3 days from now, is the actual Edict AI launch. So all of you who've been waiting to read it, who didn't already read it during editing process, this will be your first opportunity. And I hope you all enjoy it. So look forward to that, and I will see you guys next